Hello everyone and welcome to this live training on BI Builder, Bitrix24. My name is Giorgio Manzella, I'm a Customer Success Manager here at Interface. We are Bitrix24 Gold partners and we provide implementation support. I'm going to run through what this BI Builder can do for us, all his advantages and what can bring to your corporation. So you can find BI Builder in the cloud version of Bitrix right now. There is not a time frame in place for when it will arrive to the on-premise, but it's planned, and as soon as we will know, we'll let you know. As I said, my name is Giorgio Manzella. I'm a Customer Success Manager here at Interface. We are located in York, Hong Kong, and New York, and we are here to provide pre-sale support, implementation, hosting, and ongoing support. What is Bitrix24? If you're not yet aware, Bitrix24 is a collaboration of suite of 35 plus tools. He has a customer base of 12 million customers around the world. It offers two different kind of versions. You have a cloud version and a self-hosted solution, and prices range from $49 a month to $3,590 a month in 12 months. For BI Builder. So, BI Builder is an analytics tool. It gives us the access to display information. One of the main challenges of reporting in any kind of business situation is that data can be misleading. Misleading data is the main problem whenever we create report or we try to make informed decisions. BI Builder is here for help. So we can look at it, and there are a couple of things we can do it directly in Bitrix, so without using exports or without having to rely on external tools. It also gives a great advantage at the time that we want to create specific reports or we want to see, for example, employee performance. We have the ability to select specific employees and get reports personalized to that specific employee to then put in different external reports if we want, or to generate dashboard that we can directly use from the system. BI Builder has the ability to pull data directly from the CRM. The data we can get, it can be leads, it can be deals, calls, details, it can be products, and it can be user information. All of these will make sense while I start demonstrating how this tool works. Here are a couple of examples that this tool really excels at. For example, if we want to display conversion rates in telephony, if we want to filter them by user, by category, or by office, that's a possibility and something that can be done and personalized in your own dashboard. We want to measure employee performance on calls or deal conversion, that's also possible. We can have a look at product inventory and sales or general call statistics. So, let's have a look. This is our cloud system. And to find the BI Builder, we can just navigate to the top in here. And we can see that in this drop-down menu, we have some presets that we can click on. We have deal analytics, leads trends, sales trend, sales background, and call analytics. These are base dashboards that comes within the tool. We can click on it to have a look at them. And this will be the same for everyone. There is no way to personalize this default preset. The things that can be done are you can filter by date. We can filter by range, last, previous, custom, or eliminate the filter at all. And we can set up the range. Once we apply any kind of filter, we click on apply there, and then we need to come down here and click on apply filter. Right now it's great because I haven't applied any different, but let's say I want to just see Andy Naylor. And I want to see the analytics of Andy Naylor's on the deals. So I'm gonna apply this filter, and we can see that it's changing the data. So this is very useful and it's very dynamic. And I'm gonna show you when we create a personalized dashboard, how you can have this sort of filtering in one single dashboard instead of going through many slides that can result confusing many times. As I said, there is no way to modify this, but if we close this, then we hover here, we go to My Dashboards, we will see a list of the current dashboard that we have. This will be the same for everyone. And you have an action in here on Edit. What will this do? It will prompt us with a username and password, and this will get us access to the actual tool. So as it says in here, built-in dashboards cannot be modified, and a copy of this dashboard will be created. So we click on Continue. And there we go. This is the copy of our dashboard. To edit this, we can just hover on Edit and we click on Sign In. Oh, this is a different one. 1 second. There we go. So right now you can see that a lot more things appeared. We can see that we have a filtering option here. We can force the refresh or enter full screen to make a single data field show us in full screen. But this is not what we really want for now. We just want to edit the whole dashboard. So we can click on here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete all of this and we're gonna start from the beginning to create something custom that could be useful to us. Let's start with a name. So just by this, we can change the name. And in here, this is our main component of what's going to be our live dashboard. Let's say we want to set up some different things. Let's start with the layout elements. We can see that we have tabs, row, columns, header and text, and even dividers. But let's say we want to just add an header. So in here we can see, then we can add a tab. And what this tab gives us is something that I find quite interesting. Usually a dashboard is something fixed that we can alter, but in this case, it gives us the ability to have many dashboards in a single one. So for example, I can set this to be Andy. And this can be someone else. This could be Damien. Now that we have this here, what can we do is that we were going to be able to switch between them two. Let's go to charts and have a look. So let's say we want to get some charts. You have a lot of preset charts that already are using the data that is coming from the CRM, and these are created by default. You can select them and find the one you really like, or you can create your own. Let's find some to populate this field. Revenue, for example, and we have a big number with the revenue here. We can go on distribution, and we can see that we can have this as a distribution. We can extend these charts if they need more space. This is an example of how a dashboard can be personalized to a single person. And let's say we want to show something else at the bottom while we show these different dashboards. We can add something else. And we can add responsible manager results. Bear in mind that all of these are just examples that I'm using here. We can extend this chart as it needs more space. There we go. And so now you can see that this chart will be available with these two, and then we can switch and we can get to another window if we want to analyze something different. In this case, Damien against Andy. But let's say this is not enough. Let's say you want to create your own chart. We can do that by clicking here. Of course, in here there are a lot of possibility of what can be done, as we can have many different type of charts, line bars, big numbers, pivot table. We can have 3D heat map and scatter plots. So this really goes depending on the data you collect and the data that is available on your system. But let's say we want to create, we choose this dataset. It's very important to choose the dataset you want to take this from. It can be activity, it can be deal only, it can be users. We're going to do cal counts for this example, and I'm going to select a pie chart. There is a brief description in here of what it can be used of, and then we're going to create a new chart in here. So this is where it gets interesting. Why? Because in here you're going to see a live version of the chart we're about to create, and then in here we can see everything that we can use to populate our charts. Of course, this requires a little bit of knowledge about your own system and it's very important to have a predefined idea of the report you want to generate or the chart you want to generate. If not, it could get very difficult. Luckily, if we go into dimensions, you can see that the BI builder will always prompt us with suggestion about the kind of data that we should input in here. So let's say we go by number of calls. We can save it, and our metric will be quantity. Or we can even do managers. This will be actually clearer, and we can create the chart. So we can see here that we get our live chart. I'm gonna give more space to this to pull more data. Good. So let's say that we have this example, and let's say that this Andy Naylor is covering 71%, but this might be misleading. We don't want to show this because it's taking a lot of this chart. It is not actually allowing us to see the real result. So one thing that can be done, we can just click here and we can see the extra result, whatever is left. We can try with other metrics. Then we update the chart and we can see that they change. This, of course, I can even try, and let's see if I can get something different. I'm gonna do number of calls, save, quantity, and I'm gonna upgrade the chart. And we can see that our metric changed because we now don't have names anymore, but we have actual factual data, and it's counting the amounts of calls. In this case, we're going to use managers because it's what we really need. There we go. One thing that we can do here is change the name of the chart. So we can do call numbers, and we can save this. Once we save this, this will be available whenever we are creating a new dashboard, or if we want to use it in the dashboard we are currently working on. We click on dashboard here, we click on here, And we can see we didn't save here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase another one, which is this one. And you can see this is a different one that I've created, which has different data. We're going to do edit dashboard. And I can see that the chart that I've just created is present here. We can just drag and drop it. We save it. And we can see that now we have this chart available in here. We can go through the names that we have in this chart. We can select them. And you will see that once I select one of these, everything else will synchronize. So this is a great way to resolve data while doing a presentation. Another very useful thing, it can be a set auto refresh interval. We all know that data is very important, and having data up to date is one of the most important things. So what this does, we can click here. Right now it's set to do not refresh. And we can set interval to refresh this data. If we do 10 seconds and save for this session, this dashboard will update the data every 10 seconds forever, as long as we keep the settings the same. We can save this dashboard, or we even can download this as an image, which can be very useful if we need to export this dashboard and not make use of the functionality that I was showcasing now. We can save it. And here it is. We have our dashboard that we can present. Another thing that can be done is to add filters. We can add filters here. I have this option that I've set, but I'm going to do a new one. And here we are. So you have your filters here. You get filter types. You can do time range, time column, numerical range, or value. We're going to do day of the week. It's going to get the data from the CRM deal. And we're going to select the column weekday. We will save. And we can see here, it's really the same. So we can select, for example, Mondays. Apply the filters. And we will see that the data changed. We are now seeing only the data performed on Monday. So the call numbers performed on Monday, sales trend, results by responsible manager, and the revenue that has been done. Then let's go back to dashboards. This is the one that I've just saved. You can find it on dashboard here. You can find charts and all the charts you've created, or if you want to search for specific charts, you can just hover on charts and, for example, call, and you will see all the call related charts that are created by default on BI Builder or that we created here. Another more advanced settings is the datasets. In here, you can have a look at all the datasets that are present in your system. I will say, unless you have very specific knowledge of how this dataset works, I will really dive deeper into this. Also because you can export dataset, you can remove dataset, which can complicate situation. And then, if you have more technical knowledge, you have access to something that is called the SQL Lab. In this SQL Lab, you can retrieve very specific data without having to go through all the process of creating charts and filtering the tables and selecting the correct data. Let's say you just want the names of the people working on your system or in a specific range. In here, I've created a small query in SQL where you have select, create by name, which is an available field in here, from CRM deal, which is the table schema. What can we do? We can run this query, and we can see that we get all the results. These results, of course, repeat names based on the amount of deals. This is not what we want. And in SQL, we can just add the distinct, which will return to us specific value, unique value, more than anything. And here we have all our names. This can be useful if you really want to narrow down your research and you just really need quick data without having to do the work manually. You can download this to a CSV, create a chart from it, or copy to the clipboard if you need. This really showcases the base functionalities and what can be achieved in BI Builder. And I would say it's a very powerful tool that in the right hand can be very useful into reporting any kind of data that you have in your CRM that you're collecting, and it can be a key insight into creating different kind of reports that have more visibility, as visibility and data are very strictly correlated, and many times without having the help and the aid of graphs and detailed charts, it can be quite difficult to find a balance. Thank you for your time today. If you have any question, please contact us. I'm happy to answer any question regarding BI Builder. And if you want a more specific demonstration or a demonstration specific to your own company, please contact us at sales@intraface.com. And have a great day.